Hi friends! Well, today I'm going to be using up pretty much the last of my produce. The only thing that I'll have left is some salad fixings, and that's mostly lettuce. So I'm going to be making chili. My son is having a birthday party this weekend. That'll be tomorrow, so I'm already making the chili, and the video of that is going to be coming up. And my goal was to not spend any money on this birthday dinner. So I perused my fridge and my pantry, and my kids love chili, so I'm making chili. I had a cake mix. I have a couple of those down in my pantry that I'll be making a cake. I have some cream cheese in the refrigerator, and I have some Cool Whip. So I think I'll be using that maybe to make some sort of a frosting. I'm not sure yet. I'll see what else I can find. But yeah, my goal is to not spend any money on the birthday dinner and use what I have. So, and then I have mushrooms yet that I have to use up before they go bad. So I'm going to also be making some mushroom stroganoff. So I will not keep talking here because I don't want this video to be too long, and I'll get going with the cooking. Yummy, so good. Well, tomorrow is my oldest son's birthday, and I'm going to make some chili, and I don't want to spend any money. So I went shopping in my pantry and my produce drawer, and I came up with the rest of my mini peppers, which is something that I always keep on hand. They last a long time, and I can use them for almost a month. So I have those. So then I went shopping in my pantry, and I have a can of tomato soup, some chili beans, some chili style diced tomatoes, tomato paste. So that will all go into the chili along with the mayakoba beans that I cooked up the other day. Then I also have some cream style corn and some sweet corn and some Jiffy mix, and I'm going to make a corn pudding with those. And then I had a vanilla Betty Crocker cake mix that I'm going to make for birthday cake. So I had all these things in my pantry, and I don't plan on spending any money on this birthday party, and my kids love my chili. So to the chili pot, I'm going to add some of the mirepoix that I cut up the other day. Now I'm going to cook this in some oil and saute that in some oil, and then I'm going to add the other ingredients. And another thing I'm going to add, this is the rest of the mirepoix. I'm going to freeze that. And then I have the vegan meat that I cooked up the other day. I made the little steaks, and I just cut those up, and I'm going to grind these up into mincemeat, ground meat, but this is going to be a vegetarian chili, and I'm sure it'll be delicious. Okay, my mirepoix is cooking away here, and I'm going to add some chopped garlic to this once this is cooked, right before I add my wet ingredients. Over here I have chopped up my little seitan steaks, but I'm going to put these in at the end because I don't want it to get mushy and spongy. So this is going to be going in towards the end of the cooking. So I'm cooking this on the low setting, because I really don't want it to brown too much. I just want it to get soft. So I have it cooking on low, and I'm stirring every now and then, and that'll add some good veggies to my chili. So I'm going to add about a tablespoon of garlic. I get this at Costco. And I want it very garlicky, and I'm just going to throw that in the pot there and let that soften up a little bit. I don't want to brown it. And then I'm going to add my other ingredients. And I just realized I had my phone turned the wrong way. So, hopefully that's not an issue and you guys can see everything. So I'll be back in a minute once I get this garlic softened up. Okay, I'm going to put my spices in now. And in here I have a teaspoon of onion powder, half a teaspoon of garlic powder, about a quarter teaspoon of black pepper, a good half a teaspoon of sea salt, 2 tablespoons of cumin, and a nice big tablespoon of chili. I may end up adding more of that. I don't know. I always have to taste my food. So I'm going to toast these up in my mirepoix here just for a couple minutes before I add my wet ingredients. So that's basically what I put in my chili, but I adjust the flavors. I like mine to have a lot of cumin in it. But that's to taste, so I will heat that up for a couple minutes and then I'll start adding my wet ingredients. So I found a tomato here that I'm going to, it's getting very mushy, I'm going to stick that in with my chili too. There we go. And this is a really high pot, so you probably can't see too much, but this isn't too exciting anyway. So I'm just going to let that cook another minute. I don't want to burn my spices. And then I'm going to start adding my other ingredients. Okay, so my spices are all toasted and they're starting to get really dark. So I added about, quarter cup of water to that, but I'm going to add some more. So, because right now this is pretty concentrated. So I'm probably going to add another half of a cup. So altogether about 3/4 of a cup of water. And then after I get my other cans in here, then I will taste it. Alright, I'm going to put in my tomato paste first so I can dissolve that in the liquid here. And this is a really easy recipe. It's basically cutting up some vegetables and opening some cans. And if you have fresh beans that you've cooked up, which I do, you can add those. But I want to get this tomato paste well incorporated here. So you really don't need any chili seasoning mix, and you can mix up your own ahead of time if you don't want to do it every time you make a recipe. So that's good. Now I'm going to put in the tomatoes, and I've never had these before. Happy Harvest, I think that's Aldi's brand. So I'm going to put those in, liquid and all. And I am a messy cook. I always have stuff everywhere. So get those blended in, and then I'm going to put in my tomato soup. And if you like a really thick chili, you can always add a little flour to this too. But I'm not going to do that right now because this will cook down. And this looks almost like I'm going to need twice as much. This is a big pot. But All right, so that's that, and I'm going to add my beans. Now I like the liquid. I like to add the liquid from the beans, even if I'm just using, now these are mild chili beans. I think I got these at Mark's a while back. So in go the chili beans. And then I'm going to get my Mayakoba beans. Okay, so my memory card is full. So what I was saying was you can use any kind of beans you want. I'm going to put some water in here, clean it out, like maybe half a can for now, but I may need more. And I really need to get a new memory card because it keeps stopping, telling me my memory is full. Guess it's all those videos I've made. So anyway, in that goes. Then I'm going to go get my beans and taste this, and it may need more water, but I'll be right back. All right, here's what I still have left from my beans. I have quite a bit, so I'm going to stick a good portion of those in there. I like Mayakoba beans. They're a mild tasting bean. It's like a white bean, but I think I'm going to have to add some more tomatoes to this because it's a family dinner and I want to make sure I have enough. But I want to taste this first and see if it needs anything else. Flavor's great. Now I'm probably going to add a little bit of Frank's Red Hot sauce in here too. Not too much because I don't like it real spicy. I'm going to add some more of these beans. And I like a nice thick chili. I want to save some of these because I have some tortillas that I want to make some refried beans with. So I'm going to add another can of tomatoes to this. All right, so I'm going to add this can of diced Rotel. That'll give it a little more heat. Instead of just plain tomatoes, I'm going to put that in. And if you like it, put in a can of corn. If you don't like it, leave it out. Just gives you a little bit more veggie. And then I'm also going to add a can of tomato sauce. So you don't have to cook this chili for hours and hours and hours, you know, 20 minutes, half an hour. And it is better the next day. That's why I'm making it today. The birthday is tomorrow. So this should be good. Nice big pot of chili. And it is snowing here a little bit, not too much, but it's snowing. So I'm going to give this a taste, see if it needs anything else. It's very good. I think I'm going to leave that for now. I'm going to let it cook for a little bit. And then I'm going to see how thick it gets and if I need to add anything else. Like I said, I'm going to put a little bit of Frank's in here, but that's to taste. So I'm thinking I'm probably going to put maybe half a teaspoon to a teaspoon in here. And that's plenty hot for me. And I'm not going to add my little minced patties until the end because I don't want it to cook too long. And those are already seasoned, so I'll add those, I'd say the last 5-10 minutes of the cook time. All right, so I'm going to let that cook and I'll be back later and I'm going to make some mushroom stroganoff. So I just went in my fridge and I found something else I can throw in here. I have some organic mild salsa. So that's perfect to put in here as well. And it stretches it out a little bit. So if you have leftover salsa, you can put it in your chili. I've done that before. And that'll also give it a little bit of heat. So this is kind of a clean out the refrigerator chili, which is right in line with clean out the refrigerator soup. I'm going to show that to you. And it's nice and thick. Not too thick, not too thin. So I'm going to let that cook now. Alright, so my chili is finished cooking. I had it on real low because in this pot it does stick to the bottom, so I have to stir it quite often. And now I'm just going to add my chopped up seitan. And I'm not even going to boil that. I'm just adding that at the last here since it's done. And then I'm going to let this cool off and keep it in the fridge till tomorrow. And I think it'll be really tasty. So use your leftovers for your chili. Now you can also put some textured vegetable protein in here if you don't have the seitan. That would be good too. Or if you have some vegetarian sausage, you can put that in. Or if you have meat, if you're a meat eater, you put that in, of course. So there's my chili, and I'll let you know how the gang liked it tomorrow. So we had a great time at the birthday party. Great company, great food. Everybody loved the chili and ate lots. So, but that's all I have for you today. I haven't gotten around to making the mushroom stroganoff yet. That will be another video coming up. So I just want to say, I want to wish you abundant blessings. I love you guys, and be good to yourself, be good to others, and I'll see you next time.